Welcome, everybody. Come and join us for this special episode of We Go Chew Live. It's Throwback Wednesday. What can you remember about the legendary Rebaño Sagrado? We'll be back right soon. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Latino America, and all the Chiva hermanos and Chiva hermanas around the globe, all the mothers and Mr. Chiva brothers and sisters. Welcome to We Go Chew Live. We're transmitting directly from La Perla Tapatía, home to the most glorious of teams, El Club Deportivo Guadalajara. Bienvenidos todos a We Go Chew Live. Joining me today are Gaby Silva. ¿Cómo estás, Gaby?
Hi, everybody. So we were on a little break again, but we are back. And so happy to be back and talking about Chivas Femenil, Tapatio, everything in between. So remember, this is a special show for all our Chiva hermanos that live outside Mexico and speak mostly in English. But don't fear, because this is for everybody, because we speak Chivas. So thank you, everybody that's already joining in the chat and that's interacting with us and starting the conversation. Alfredo, how are you, my friend?
Hi, Gabi. Hi, Robert. Hi, Chiva hermanos. Plenty to talk about today regarding Chivas history, making a pause, on all this Chiva journey, on all this season, but making a pause today because we are speaking a lot. There's been a lot of records that took place earlier this week. We're going to speak about the historic value of the historical statistic value of figures such as Carolina Jaramillo, Alicia Cervantes, Omar Bravo, and other players. We also had the El Día del Zurdo, so we were going to be speaking of great left-footed rojiblancos from the past and from the present. Hello to everyone on the chat, to Curtis Williams, to Victor Ayala Perez, to Marilu, Manuel El Chiva, Deyes, Christian, Jovi Alvarez, everyone showing a lot of love. Some of them not that much, but everyone's welcome and very excited to be here for the next hour with you guys.
Well, you can't be loved by everyone. You
Right.
can't, it doesn't work. Sometimes it does, but it doesn't really work.
You know what? With greatness comes a little hate. But it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Sí, duele. Duele ver al grande. Hey, ver al grande también duele a nosotros, right now. So, hey, we all understand you guys. Don't worry about it. Come share your Chiva vibe, because actually that's what we're here for. All right? To share the Chiva vibe. But don't forget that this is a program that's basically for Chiva hermanos who live outside of Mexico. Okay? So everybody, come join us. You can come on WhatsApp. You could send us a message. Try to get in here and talk to us. We'd love to hear what you have to say. But it's a special episode. So mostly we want to share all of the greatness that we have had in our past years. But first things first. As always, there is an MVP. And our MVP, drum roll.
It's regarding greatness in the future years. Right?
That's right. It's the future greatness. Our MVPs this week are, because nobody's going to guess, Chivas Tapatio.
The leaders of Liga Expansión.
They're leading. That's right, man. They're leading. They've been playing much better. I've been had the opportunity to watch them. You can watch them on Disney and ESPN, usually, right? So everybody would have a chance. If you have not had a chance, take a look at the future of Chivas. What about you guys? What about you, Gaby? What do you think of these super Chivas del futuro?
The future, that's what we've been saying all this time. Like, we cannot talk about Chivas as a whole if we don't speak about Tapatio and Cantera Rojiblanca. So it's very nice to see the boys doing well. Remember, they're very young, they're younglings, they're starting, but that only means that they are the future of Chivas. So it was great. It was a good game. I think Alfredo has a lot more context, but they won and they are on top of the standings of Liga Expansión, right, Alfredo?
Yes. Actually, the team has already played 3 matches in Liga Expansión. After their debut, the debut was against Leones Negros, a 1-1 tie away. Always tough match against Leones Negros, not only because of their quality, but also because the rivalry that they have with this Guadalajara squad. As it is Tapatio. Then Morelia away, we defeated them by 4-1. Remember, Morelia is one of the teams that had one of the big names in the latest tournaments of Liga Expansión. And then we came back to Estadio Akron last Friday and we defeated Tampico Madero by 2-0. So it's 3 matches for Tapatio, 2 wins, 1 tie with 7 goals scored and only 2 against. And in the last 2 matches, the latest 2 wins is 6 goals for El Tapatio and only 1 against. So hopefully the guys keep up that rhythm. They keep up that point average, 7 out of 9, and we're leading the table. We're at the top of Liga Expansión, tied in points. We're tied in points, but we are leaders right now because of goal difference. We're tied in points with Leones Negros, but we have a better goal difference than they do. So very pleased to see Tapatio at the top of the table. Very pleased to see this prometedor debut, and hopefully the guys keep it up, as said earlier.
Now that I see that it's UDG and Tapatio have had some really tough matches recently.
Yes.
And UDG is canchero. I don't know, everybody out there that's they're very knowledgeable of the field. Let's say they're old and sneaky because they
Right.
have some really, really good players. But the last matches have been quite rough. UDG has not been gentle with our Chivas. It's been rough. But you know what I was thinking? It would be great to see a final in the Liga de Expansión between UDG and Tapatio. I don't know if that could happen, but Wilke, for example, I saw a great leaps and bounds from last season. The whole team's playing quite well, really, guys. They're not spectacular yet, but they are playing smooth, very, very fluidly.
And that drive that you need and what you expect from players this young that definitely want to make something and want to make a career in order to be called for the first team. So it's very exciting to see all these very young players that are sometimes even Liga de Expansión is sometimes tougher than Liga MX because they're trying to build up a career and a name and a reputation so they can raise their hands and hey, I'm over here. Somebody in the chat actually was saying this and this and this and this players deserve an opportunity. I agree, but it's very good to see that even though they're very young, they're starting to build up this experience and this reputation in order to be called up to the first team.
Yeah, and they are the first team elements. Instead of us looking outside at the market, this is where we should be gathering our players for the future. They identify with the colors. Okay, it's true. We may not find everything we have in the cantera, but then when we have to find out and look for them outside. But we have some magnificent. I see a lot of people in the chats asking for Wilke in the first team. We need a delantero. We need killers. So definitely, definitely. Is he a lefty? Do you know? Is he a lefty?
Let's check. Let's see.
Could you check first? Because we're moving on, my friends, to Lefty Day. Lefty's Day was yesterday. I'm not a lefty, but I have memories of tons of great left-footed players for Guadalajara. Who do you remember? Put it on the chat there. Share it with us. We're going to throw some out there and maybe throw out a couple of tips so you could guess who we have on our list. But who do you have? Who is your favorite left-footed player? Who's your favorite left-footed player?
Yeah.
From the current squad.
Let us know. They say Chicharito, but Chicharito's not left.
No.
Yeah, he's not. He's just
he's somebody that they might want in Belgium. They were looking for him in Belgium.
Pistachos en salsa verde rings a bell.
Oh, left
Oh,
foot.
that, yes, left-footed,
There
left-footed.
we go. Mariluz Mariluz es el maestro Galindo.
Ay, por supuesto. El profe Galindo, saludos. He was going through a rough moment, you know. He had a cardiovascular problem, you know, and
Oh,
he's
I
coming
heard.
back. You know, I follow him on their streamings. He looks good, man. I'm
Looks
happy
good.
to see him. I'm happy
Yes.
to see him. Y sí, pero era ambidiestro. He
Right.
was good with both feet. But that left foot, that was poison, baby. Anybody saw that, he was going to kick it, it was just like, oh, just, it's going to be a goal.
It's going to be a goal. Yeah, same
gonna be a goal.
actually with Ramoncito Morales, who's
Thank
also a lefty.
You read my mind.
And he's the top assist man in the history of Chivas.
Yes.
96 assists. Yeah. Nobody has more assists than
Morales, el
him.
capitán también. He was a
Capitán.
great,
El eterno
great,
capitán.
el eterno capitán. And yes, that guy, we saw a lot of penalty kicks. We promised we weren't going to talk about that today much. But we saw a lot of penalty kicks. Ramon Morales was the best penalty shooter that I have ever seen. It was always colocado, right?
I was
A
going to
los
say, where is
postes.
he when we need him?
Where is he now?
Can he
Come on
come
back. Come on back. Donde las arañas dejen su nido. No, that's up on the top, right? He would throw it on the bottom. Beautiful. And he was a great influence. Actually, I read for Chicharito. Chicharito would stay and practice with him.
Yep.
That's something that I read about, one of those anecdotes. So Ramon Morales, definitivamente. Galindo. Whom else, my friends?
Oh,
Who else
Salvador
do you guys remember?
Tejeda just read my mind. I'm sorry, production, but I just read this and my heart just started racing because he's like, okay, I'm going to age myself right now.
Good.
But Ramon Ramirez, like, he is like, I mean, history because my dad and my granddad and whatnot, but he is like one of the reasons that I became like a huge Chivas fan because I had the biggest crush on Ramon Ramirez. I know. I'm aging myself right now. I am totally aware of that, but I'm proud of it because I saw him in all his glory. And yeah, to me, it's one of the biggest number 7s in history of Mexican football. I'm sorry. But yes, Ramon Ramirez, that same thing with like similar to Ramon Morales. Amazing game, incredible dribbling. I mean, Ramon Ramirez is like my ultimate Chivas crush. I'm sorry.
Actually, he's my Chiva crush too. He's my favorite.
Oh my God, I saw him first. No,
he's my man crush because he was for me even more than Coyote because I saw them both play together. And Alberto Coyote is he lefty? No, he wasn't a lefty, but he was my man crush. He was my favorite mediocampista de Chivas.
Yes,
Ramon Ramirez, and I saw him in his maximum. That guy was beautiful to watch.
Spectacular.
He was
elegant. You know,
elegant.
That's something that I always take away from Ramon Ramirez. Like he was like so elegant when he was playing and so sophisticated in a way. I mean, this is not the crush talking, but he was like really like very polished, and that it was like incredible to see.
Very elegant.
Yes.
You know, one of those players that tend to drive with their head looking where they have to.
Exactly, with their head up like a stallion.
Their head up. Exactly.
Remember that much of the vernacular that comes from soccer in Spanish comes from bullfighting. So much of I don't remember the expression right now, but one of it is that they caminaban así con la cabeza en alto, right? Looking for the challenge. I don't remember the phrase exactly. I will at some point, but
it will come to you.
They look like bulls, you know. They look like when they come out, they're not wondering.
Yeah.
They know. And Messi's like that. Come on. I mean, all the greats, mostly they're thinking 3 plays ahead. And these guys all had that. Yes. Like, come on, give us another man crush. I mean,
Adolf Aparicio was mentioning a current player that we have in the squad. Roberto Alvarado. For me, maybe the best Chivas player right now.
Yes,
For
yes.
sure.
The best one in the last
Yeah,
year
yeah,
or so. I think that he's going through an extraordinary moment. He's having fun when he plays. He knows what he's doing. He's leading the team through talent and intelligence. You know, when with the decision making that he has on the pitch. So very happy to see the moment that El Piojo is going through. One of
Mhm.
our lefties of this week.
right, right. He's been a little bit rough. I think that vacation and the selección that really it didn't give him time to rest. He's a family
Right.
man. I don't know if people know that. And the guy loves to be with his family too. And he likes his
Mhm.
space. He acts
Mhm.
like he doesn't, but you could see, he's a loving guy, but he has to spread that love. He didn't have any vacations. It's the truth.
Yeah.
Imagine. ¿Quién más? Give us
Who else?
another
Who else?
lefty.
I have another one. I don't know if we
Dígame.
can send some kind of hints and people can guess in the chat. I
Yes.
mean, there were announced yesterday in the Chivas Twitter account. Don't cheat, but he was a very good player, also a very brilliant player, and he went to the United States and he played actually for the San Jose Earthquakes. Can you guess?
He was one of the Muppets.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Muppets?
One of the Muppets. The blue one with the big nose. Do you remember him? Are you
Yeah.
talking about Gonzo Pineda? Or are you
Gonzo-
talking about?
No.
Oh, I know who you're
no.
talking about. I'm
Who
not
am
gonna
I
say.
talking about? Come on, everybody.
Go ahead.
He went to MLS and he played for the San Jose Earthquakes. Then I think he came back to Mexico and I think he played for Bravos.
And he won
I
a
could
bunch
be
of
wrong.
copas with
I
us.
could be wrong, but I mean, no, nobody in the chat. I see a lot of like nothing to do with the conversation. People, come on.
We have
Osvaldo
Salvador
Alanis.
Tejada mentioning Chiquete.
Osvaldo Alanis.
That's right, Alanis.
Osvaldo Alanis.
Oh yeah, he was left-footed.
That's
Well, he
right.
is
And he
left-footed.
was very similar, if you guys recall, to Chiquete.
Yes.
Donde
Yes.
ponía el ojo, ponía la bala. He
Yes.
was really good at those really super long passes from side to side. He magnificent shooting as well. De tres dedos. I remember he would take some of the free kicks as well. Great player. Yeah, that's good one, Gabi. Gracias.
You're
How many
welcome.
copas did he make with us? Because he scored. He had a couple of them.
I think a couple.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
was
have the
the Copa
exact
MX
number.
twice. He won with us,
He
obviously.
was with yeah.
Let me look. I got that info somewhere.
But anyway, when you look at that, a lot of people already commenting in the chat and interacting with us and saying names. Omar Bravo, no, we're going to talk about Omar Bravo in a bit. But yeah, please, everybody, share with us who is your favorite Chivas lefty, because we celebrated Lefty Day yesterday. And don't go and cheat on Twitter, but Chivas posted a couple of names and we are already going through them. So please let us know, what do you think and what do you guys want to bring to the conversation? So yes, there's Osvaldo Alanis. By the way, random, but that jersey is one of my favorite jerseys in the last like 10 years or so. I don't know if you agree.
Which one? Which
That
one?
is-
Really nice. Yeah.
that
Oh,
is a
yes,
very
I
nice
did.
jersey.
Someone took mine and I haven't gotten it back.
Oh, who?
I don't know. It'll appear at some point in my existence.
Production is
I
telling
did
us.
love that one. It's a beautiful jersey.
Production
Yes.
is telling
Not
us
so
that
much,
Vilke is left-footed as well.
Is he?
That we were just speaking about it.
Good data. Thank you,
Earlier.
production.
Who?
Yeah.
Wilke.
Vilke,
Oh yeah, and he's scoring. So yeah, let's
left-footed and
keep a
scoring.
close eye on him.
Thank
Yes,
you.
he's
That's
scoring for
a good point. So I found out that Alanis won 2 Copa MX, 1 Super Copa MX, y un Liga MX.
There you go.
Yeah, against Tigres. So that was in 2017.
20. Yeah. I remember that.
4 copas. So, bravísimo.
Yes.
And I brought up one that I blew it. He was one of the Muppets. Gonzalo Pineda. He started at Pumas. I don't know if you guys remember, but he played 169 games with Chivas. And I remember him especially in La Libertadores, where he shot a Panenka type penalty in a shootout. I don't know if someone could find that for me, man. But he had the steel gonads to do that in a very important game in La Libertadores. Mi respeto a Gonzo. And now he's a coach, I think.
He's a coach. Yes.
Gonzalo Pineda el Gonzo. Who else? Come on. There's not many more.
There's a comment. Mucho Salgado says that he would include El Venado Medina, Omar Arellano, Torres, and Pizarro.
Production is just sending hints.
Yes, I see that.
Because we have one more, and he's also a current player.
He is. He's great. He's magnificent. He's really tall. And I know for a fact he doesn't go to his English classes.
Chiquete.
El Chiquete. Pero más. He needs to get back in shape too, man, because that guy is star material, man.
Yeah. No, yeah, he's good, you know.
He is so good. He's not even, I don't dare to speak so much about the younger players because they're still not at their maximum level, you know?
Right.
And,
you know,
and go ahead, Alfredo.
No, in modern football, there's this saying that in Spanish that says, el aplauso debilita, clap makes you weak, especially when you're so young, right? And just starting in football.
Applause makes you weak. Yeah, maybe so. And maybe so.
Applause makes you weak, you know?
It takes strength of character. And we've always talked about that. We've been talking about that since the program began, that many of the things that we see have to do with character. You know, people need to show the strength of character. And that's what those greats have done, you know, all of the greats. And I want to just finish off with one of the greats that was not mentioned because we don't talk about the Campeonísimo, I think, enough. I did not see them, by the way. Okay.
Don't cheat.
Yeah, I did not cheat. I never saw him, but Héctor El Chale Hernández, he played with El Oro in 1953, and then he got to Guadalajara and lived through the period of the Campeonísimo. He had 6 títulos de Liga. 58, 59, 59, 60, 60 to 61, 61 to 62, 63, 64, 64, 65. 5 campeón de campeones.
Like back to back.
Back to back. This is what I'm talking about. Look at the mentality, all right? It was a different football.
Yeah.
But that is not easy, my friends.
Nope.
No.
Okay. 5 campeón de campeones in 59, 60, 61, 64, and 65. And a Copa México in 1962, 63. All right. Héctor El Chale Hernández, look him up. All right. Hay que recordar también de los grandes del Campeonísimo because those are the ones who made us great.
And you know what happens with many left-footed players now that you mentioned that time of El Campeonísimo, and we were just speaking about some of the latest ones, is that it's always gonna be hard to cover a left-footed player. You know, doesn't matter how much the tactics of the game evolve, but left-footed ones, they're always gonna be tough. It's always gonna be easy for them to produce that engaño, you know, that unpredictability in the opponent, in the defender. And it's always going to be tough to get rid of one of those. It's always going to be tough to cover them, to neutralize them. So, yeah, they're special players.
And sometimes they also have, like what we're talking about, Benjamin Galindo, like they have like both of both worlds. Like sometimes the lefties are also right-footed, so they can switch back and forth. Like a right-footed, it's like very hard for them to kick with the left foot, and the lefties usually go both sides. So that's very impressive to see. And yeah, a lot of other names that I'm sure we're missing out right now. But yes, a very huge recognition, to all our lefty Chiva hermanos and legendary players. And again, a lot of people in the chat interacting. And production, just give me 30 seconds because quiero contestarle a Rubén. que muy respetuosamente nos acaba de preguntar por qué está este show en inglés, y te voy a contestar en español, porque este show lo hacemos en Chivas TV, como puedes ver aquí, para todos nuestros chivermanos que hablan mayormente en inglés, que viven en Estados Unidos y mucho más allá. Entonces, este show es creado especialmente para ellos, pero de hecho es para todo el mundo que quiera venir a platicar de lo que más nos gusta y de lo que más nos apasiona, que es Chivas. Así que, Rubén, bienvenido y bienvenidos todos, and welcome everybody to this show that is made for you. So, thank you.
You said it so beautifully, Gabi.
Oh,
bonito. That was beautiful. And also, adios, Manuel Quintana. Que te vaya bien.
He's always here.
I know. He's a closet.
Yeah.
We go to Liber.
Hi.
He's always here.
He's a fan. He's a
feo
fan.
te expresas, eh?
No, but we gotta acknowledge as well by what we see on the comment section that the fan base is not happy, unfortunately. But we are neither. If I gotta be super honest, I don't mind that much losing in the Leagues Cup, because I don't really think it's such a big. I don't think it's a big tournament. But I'm mostly focused on the league, and I mostly care about the league. But you know, I'm not gonna be upset because the team lost in the Leagues Cup. It's like, I think that Chivas has bigger aspirations, with all due respect. But yeah, I just wanted to address that because the comment section is
steaming.
Yeah.
Steaming, you know, and it's also for the eye of the beholder. But anyway, guys, man, we'll have time to talk about that later.
Right.
También queremos hablar de eso. We want to talk about it, but this is not the time. Right now, exactly. We're talking about the beauty of Guadalajara. We have to remember that this is the time to get together and be strong, not to be, you know, abusive and aggressive. All right.
Right.
And anyway, we have a lot of stuff ready for you guys. Gabi, what do we have next?
And look at that. Look at what we're like right now. We were talking about lefties, and just to close this incredible subject that I enjoy very much, because it brings us the qualities of our players. Like, this is a golazo from Piojo, like one of our huge lefties at the moment. So yeah, let's just take a look at what we've done incredibly good, incredibly well, what we do best. And this is an incredible golazo. You even remember the reaction of Gago back then. And yes, so Piojo, Chiquete, so yeah, they're right now. And what's next? Ooh, this is a very special.
This is very special.
So remember, the title of this show is called Throwback. And we're talking specifically about what happened in the month of August, because we have a lot of special dates that already passed, specifically August 12 and 13. But right now, why don't we take a look at one of our greatest, actually the GOAT, one of the GOATs from Chivas, Omar Bravo, because recently on August 12, he became, to this day, the greatest scorer of Chivas. Let's take a look at this. Special date for all of us Chiva hermanos. If you want to know everything that happened on that specific day back in 2015, don't go anywhere and keep watching. Remember what you were doing on August 12th of 2015? I do, but it turns out that a lot of important things around sports happened on that exact same date. Let's take a look at some of them, shall we? Oh, this is a good one. In 1964, Mickey Mantle from the New York Yankees switched hits home run records 10th and final time in a game, with one going up to 502 feet. And what about this one? In 2008, American super swimmer Michael Phelps wins his third of 8 gold medals at the Beijing Olympics when he takes the 2,000-meter freestyle in a world record of 1 minute, 42 seconds. And of course, in 2015, Omar Bravo becomes the greatest scorer in Chivas history with 123 goals wearing La Roja Blanca. And that is exactly what this video is going to be about. Back in August 12 of 2015, Omar Bravo became the greatest scorer in Chivas history, breaking Chava Reyes' former record. So come with me and let's take this trip back to memory lane and let's live again what happened on that exact same day. If we think about Omar Bravo Tordesillas, a lot of adjectives come to mind. Legend, icon, the heart of Chivas, skilled, fast, and undeniably a scorer. He is to this day the top scorer of Chivas with 123 goals since 2001 when he debuted with Chivas in Liga Mayor, now Liga MX. As we all know, the former record belonged to Salvador Chava Reyes, who became Chivas' top scorer for more than 40 years with 122 goals with El Campeonísimo back in the 60s. Omar Bravo, who was trained in Cantera Rojiblanca, where he always showed his exceptional conditions as an attacker, whether it was as a striker or starting from the wings. One of his main virtues was the ability he always showed to winning aerial balls. Even though he was not very tall, his great spring and his jumps and the timing he mastered allowed him to surprise defenders on a recurring basis. Okay, now back into the record. On August 12 of 2015, the striker from Sinaloa jumped into the Akron Stadium field aware that he was very, very close to achieving the long-awaited dream. And with an outstanding performance, which included, by the way, a doblete of his own, he led the Rojiblancos to their victory against Morelia 2-0, and from that day on, his name is written with golden letters in the history of Club Deportivo Guadalajara. That night, head coach Chepo de la Torre allowed the fans to cheer and applaud Omar by replacing him at the 76-minute mark. Here is the original audio. At the end of the game, the board gave him the ball, which with he scored the 123 goal and also part of the net. Here's part of the speech he gave at the end of the game. As a final treat, here are some of the best goals Omar Bravo scored with Chivas.
Centro para Omar. ¡Gol! ¡Supera Chivas Reyes! ¡Grítalo, Omar! ¡Este es el más histórico adentro!
Oh, and there you have it. So this was an incredible video for me, emotional because, again, I'm aging myself right now, but I watched Omar Bravo. We are, I think, the exact same age. and I watched every single game he played in, his performance, his growth, how he matured, and of course his record. I remember vividly that day, and yes, it was an honor for me to make this video of his incredible record. And remember, to this day, he is the top scorer of Chivas. And also, I just got goosebumps because Omar Bravo himself thanked us for making this video and making this production and remembering his record. So what do you guys think about it?
I thought that was incredible. I loved it too. He's one of my favorite too, Chivas. Too bad he's not a lefty, because he would have been on my list today.
Yeah.
But he could score from, you know what I like he used to do? He used to ghost a lot. And what I mean by that is that he was right behind the defender.
He was sneaky, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
so
yeah,
sneaky.
exactly. Yeah, he
was ghosted.
So
he
sneaky.
ghosted. I hate that. I played defense. So I was always constantly like looking for somebody behind me, you know, because that is a skill. He's really quiet.
Yeah,
I love him. Yeah,
that's a useful skill even for life, you know, outside the pitch.
Yeah, just don't see who I am.
Yeah,
don't recognize
very
me.
sneaky, very elegant, very everything.
Yeah, don't abuse with your sneakiness. Dog.
Yes.
Yeah,
But we have
use
more.
it wisely.
We have more.
But we
have
more.
more. Alfredo, what do you have for us, my brother?
Yes, this video is regarding and has to do with Omar Bravo's record. So because Omar is the greatest scorer in the history of Chivas, but I was thinking, who are the greatest assist men? Who are the other great goal scorers? Who are the players that have played the most matches for Chivas, and who are the players that have lifted the most titles for El Rebaño Sagrado? So lengthiness, the amount of titles won, other great goal scorers besides Omar, and the greatest assist men for Chivas, to complement your red and white facts and to complement the history of the red and white books and stats. Here are the other greatest records in the history of the red and white.
How is it going? As you might already know, it was on a day like today, on the 12th of August, that Omar Bravo became the all-time top scorer in the books of Club Deportivo Guadalajara. And in order to commemorate that historic day, today we have prepared a special of the record holders of the red and white books. Who are the top scorers besides Omar? Who are the top assist men? Who are the all-time leaders in conquered trophies with the red and white? Who are the goalkeepers with the all-time caps? Stay here for a record-breaker edition of We Got You Tops! Let's kick off with goal scorers. Omar equaled and surpassed the tallies established by Salvador Reyes on an Apertura 2015 home game against Morelia. Bravo hung up the books with 160 goals scored for Chivas, out of which 132 took place in Liga MX. Second all-time top scorer is Campeonísimo Chava Reyes, as mentioned earlier, and he is followed by Campeonísimo Javier El Cabo Valdivia, who scored 98 goals. Fourth place goes for another Campeonísimo, Crescencio Gutierrez, with 91 goals. And the fifth spot is held by Eduardo de la Torre. Yayo scored a total of 89 goals throughout his stay at El Rebaño Sagrado between 1977 and 1987. Of course, great goal scorers need great assist men by their side, and it may not be a coincidence that our all-time top assist man coincided with our all-time top scorer. Yes, Ramon Morales, who leads El Guadalajara's all-time assists tally with 96 assists, coincided with Omar at Chivas throughout 8 years, and we could say that they both benefited one from another. Ramon Morales' 96 assists are followed by Benjamin Galindo's 72, Isidro Diaz's 48, Alberto Medina's 46, and Javier de la Torre's 39. At this point, you might be asking yourself, who are the goalkeepers with the most Chivas caps of all time? And we bring you that data as well. This podium is composed by Gilberto Rodríguez, Jaime El Tubo Gómez, and Javier Zuli Ledesma. Gilberto Rodríguez and Tubo Gómez are tied with 302 matches for Chivas each, while Zuli Ledesma defended the red and white goal on 416 occasions, being the goalkeeper with the all-time highest number of caps for Club Deportivo Guadalajara. Moving on to silverware, there is a tie between Jose Villegas and Sabas Ponce as the all-time leaders for the number of trophies conquered for the red and white. Villegas and Ponce won 18 trophies for Club Deportivo Guadalajara, and they are the only campeonísimos who won every one of the 8 league titles conquered by El Rebaño between 1957 and 1970. Besides their 8 league titles, they each won 2 Mexican Cups and 7 Campeón de Campeones. I hope that you enjoyed this series of Records Rojiblancos. For more videos regarding the history of El Más Grande y El Más Querido, check out the description below. Signing off this new edition of We Go Chi Tops, I am Alfredo Rodriguez, and as always, arriba las Chivas.
Hope you enjoyed it. It's in the, if you'd like to dissect this information more, it's right here in the Chivas YouTube channel. And hopefully you enjoyed it. So it was the goalkeepers that have played for the highest amount of time, top goal scorers, top assist men, and top guys who have won the most titles. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And if you have more ideas regarding that sort of content, please let us know, because remember that this channel is also for you.
I always find different. You guys do really good work, because I always get new information that I didn't know before. For example, that who's the goalie that you mentioned? Not Zuli and not Tubo.
Gregorio Rodríguez.
Gregorio Rodríguez. 100 and no 300 and what?
303
games. Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
If you look at it season-wise, how many years did he play? You know. Incredible.
And this is exciting to give a lot of Chivermanos from the new generation a lot of context, like a lot of Chivermanos that listen or are following Chivas recently are very young. So this is very good news and information to give to all Chivermanos. It's like, hey, you know what? We had like amazing and incredible goalkeepers and defenders and strikers and whatnot. So yeah, this is very informative. So Alfredo, that was incredible.
Thank you.
Yes, and Mexican strikers, Mexican examples of great footballers, man, that we have here, and that, everybody with media and technology, well, we see what's going around the world, and we think, what's going on here, right? What is it that we're lacking? What we're missing? We're not missing anything. We have some of the best players in Mexico, both male and female.
Yes.
And talking about females, my friends, it's time to talk about Chivas Femenil. About Chivas Femenil. So, Gabi, what can you give us?
It's time to talk about Chivas Femenil. So Chivas Femenil is back. Remember that we have the break of Summer Cup, but Chivas Femenil is back. So we faced Querétaro recently, and it was a 0-0. It was an interesting game, not the best game, not the most spectacular game. We had, at the end of the day, 1 point on our favor, but it was not great. We can talk about it a little bit further about the lineup and situations that happened along the game. A lot of yellow cards. That was kind of frustrating. There were a lot of opportunities. Again, Viri Salazar had one like that. I almost screamed and jumped out of my seat, screaming that goal. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But it's like that last like that is that thing that we would be talking about a lot also for varonil and femenil right now, is that final touch, is that final approach, that final stand to be able to score goals. So right now Chivas Femenil is just getting back into track, getting back in the game after that break for Summer Cup. So it was interesting. Again, not the best game, not the most spectacular game, enough to gain 1 point for in the table to keep Chivas Femenil in the game, in the tournament, in the season. But yeah, still a lot to work on. I sometimes don't quite understand the substitutions, the starting lineup. Like I think right now Dana Sandoval should be considered sometimes as a starter 11, but sometimes she's better as a sub. It's just some things that I think Profe Quino should be looking into regarding these performances and what it's being delivering right now. Like we need to keep winning. We need to keep adding to the table, to the standings. We have to score. Licha has to recover that confidence with the goal. But yeah, I mean, slowly but surely. I know everybody in the chat hate when we say this, but we have to still trust the process. Remember, we're coming back from a break. So the girls are just getting back into shape and getting back into the game. So against Querétaro, it was a 0-0. Enough to keep us just, like in the game, keep us in shape and keep us like, this was a home game. We are visiting next time. So let's just hope that Chivas Femenil has enough to keep adding up in this season.
I agree.
We had approaches to goal,
Yes, exactly, Alfredo. Thank you. Go ahead.
No, yeah, that's it. That we had approaches to goal. I think that we did create occasions. We were just seeing this shot by Gaby Valenzuela. There was one earlier by Caro Jaramillo, a play that was fabricated between Licha, Gaby, and Caro. Then we have this left-footed shot by Licha. I think that the Gallos Blancos goalkeeper, that the Querétaro goalkeeper, had a magnificent day.
Yeah.
And it happens,
Every goalkeeper against Chivas.
Yeah,
I was going to agree. I agree with you completely. Look at the glass half full. It's a lot of times, and a lot of the hate that's on the chat, for example, if we must discuss it or talk about that, because it's there and it's part of the Chivaverse, right? We're all a part of it. I don't think many of those people watch the games, because if you do watch the games, I was frustrated, not so much by the performance of my team. We should have won that game by a large goal difference, really.
Yeah,
and not because it was Los Gallos. It was not because of that. It's because they generated. There was two posts. Their goalie played probably her best match ever. All right. Querétaro had a couple of. They did well. They played well as well. But Chivas should have won that hands down. Really.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That you said about Saldivar, I almost fainted. Really, because I was like, what? No, I stopped. What?
Yeah, Viri. I was like, Viri. Oh, yeah. And if you see Licha's reaction right there, she was like, oh my God. And everybody was like, oh no. It was clear. But again, it's just, we had a lot of opportunities. And again, if we managed to get all of those into goals, it would have been like a 6-0 or something. But again, it's like that final strand. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, it's so close. Yet it's not happening. So Marilu is saying right now in the chat, by the way, hi Marilu, their performance was worrisome. Yes, in a way, because sometimes it's more the frustration of the certainty of the game, and you could see it in the faces of the players. Carla Martinez, Blanca Felix, everybody was like, oh my God, like, come on, let's do this, let's do it. And yes, of course, the goalkeeper from Querétaro was incredible, was amazing, as every other goalkeeper that plays against Chivas. But yes, it's like that final touch, that final effort in order to score the goals.
Yeah, I mean, how many times have we seen our ladies, make these kinds of shots? Really, I mean, last season, the previous season, How many times do you see that we see, Boyu, we see Licha, who we're gonna talk about right now. How beautiful have we seen them, give us a plethora of goals.
Mhm.
And there are games like this that you say, well, what's wrong with the Chivaverse?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the
Yeah.
Chivaverse?
Yeah.
But the goalie did a great job. And if you guys haven't watched the match, you can watch it, remember, right? And the señal. Oh, no, we can't watch it on the señal más rojiblanca, right?
Señal más rojiblanca.
Yes. See?
The home games.
The home games. So check it out. You can see it. If you have your subscription, watch it. It was a rough watch. I agree with Marilu. It was dirty. I felt dirty after I watched it because I was not satisfied.
Yeah.
I was just not satisfied.
But
I
that
feel that
happens.
the team will get. I think that the team will get a higher volume of scoring occasions, though. We're gonna get better. Remember, we're playing under a new coach. It's the second switch that we've had in over the last year or so. And we've got some very interesting signings this past window. So I think that as the tournament and as the fall goes on, by the time, let's say, October arrives, late September arrives, we're gonna see a very interesting version of the Chingonas.
Y
Yes.
estamos de manteles largos, aparte con las chingonas.
Exactly.
Because
And
one,
speaking of which, yes.
speaking of which, who was it? Who is the greatest chingona? Así es.
So yes, again, August is like filled with very important days for Chivas. And on August 13th, actually yesterday, it was 4 years. It's been 4 years since Licha came to Chivas Femenil, and she debuted in Guardianes 2020 against Bravas de Juárez, and she scored 2 goals. So, who debuts with the team of her dreams and scores 2 goals? Licha, of course. Her, of course, Alicia Cervantes. And if we can talk about just a couple of things. Remember, she already won Balón de Oro. She's been 3 times Campeona de Goleo. She already won 2 titles with Chivas, Liga MX Femenil and Campeón de Campeonas. She is the top scorer of Chivas Femenil with over 100 goals. You name it. Like everything in the book, Licha, her name is written in golden letters in the history of Chivas Femenil, of course, and Chivas as an institution overall. She is the heart of Chivas. She is one of the fierce players of Chivas. She has this drive. She has this, even though she's like, right now, she's one of the most experienced players in Chivas Femenil. She still has like this sense of, I can do it. If you saw her in Summer Cup, you know exactly what am I talking about. And that drive and that character of hers, like she is like very strong, not only physically but mentally, and she's like always in the game. She sometimes might have like very good games, not very good, because she's coming from an injury or something, I don't know. But when she comes back, man, she is Licha in every single game and every single situation. So yes, 4 years of Licha.
Yeah, 4 years of Licha.
And I don't think we're ever going to get enough of Licha, because she is the embodiment of everything that we expect in a player of our institution. No?
Totally.
Really. It's like, it seems like she doesn't ask much from the team and gives almost, well, everything, no? She is a silent killer, graceful on the pitch, great leader, never heard anything scandalous come from her lips. No, an excelente persona.
A professional.
And a pro, exactly.
Yeah.
Great.
No, and we have another player who reached her 4th anniversary since debuting, right? Yeah.
Su socia.
Su socia.
¿Quién?
Su compañera. It's
Partner in crime, the best
Partner in
assistant.
crime. 8 and 24. Multiples.
What are you guys talking about? You're losing me.
No,
Remember, I'm Generation
no.
X.
About
Yeah.
La Comandanta.
su socia número uno. It's Caro Jaramillo, who I think that they both made their debut the same day, didn't they? So
Was it?
she's also de manteles
Correct.
largos.
Correct.
Yes.
Oh,
And
no.
match made in heaven, if you ask me. Right?
Excuse me. Right. Yeah. You have a video regarding this fourth anniversaries, don't you, Gabby?
I
In the channel?
do. I do. It's in if you go to the official channel of YouTube Chivas, you can watch that. That video is in Spanish though. But it's regarding the 4 years of Licha being a part of Chivas Femenil, what she did in that specific game against Juarez back in Guardianes 2020, and what she's doing right now, and everything she's done ever since. Like in 4 years, it's so little time, and she's done so much for Chivas already. So yeah, you can go to the YouTube channel and watch every single Chivas content. Alfredo, myself, everybody in the Chivas staff that has content, you can watch it there. And also where we can watch, because remember, only Chivas Femenil and Tapatio are currently in the season, are active right now. So where we can watch Chivas Femenil's next game, production, please. Where to watch? Chivas Femenil against Atlas. I'm sorry, Atlético San Luis. Oh, I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Monday, August 19 at 7 p.m. Mexico time, and you can watch through ESPN and Disney Plus.
That was a Freudian slip.
I'm sorry. Whoa.
Son igual de malos. No, ¿qué pasó?
Whoa.
Who said that?
And don't we have Tapatio? Yes,
That's
there we
right.
Go. Tapatio,
Where can we watch this, Alfredo?
Tapatio is on Friday. The guys are gonna look for their third straight win and to keep themselves up in the table to reach 10 points out of its first 4 matches, and it's gonna be at Estadio Akron this Friday, August the 16th, when we receive the visit of Alebrijes. Kickoff is set at 9 p.m. Central Mexican Time, 10 p.m. Central Time of the United States. This is Friday, and you'll be able to watch it on ESPN3 and Disney Plus.
And that, as they say,
And that
that is all, folks, for us this week. Gracias a todos los Chiva hermanos, all you Chiva brothers and sisters who come join us and come share that Chiva vibe. Bueno o malo, thank you guys for coming and joining us. We love you. We're here for you. Don't forget to always support the team. Saludos, Luis Gil.
Oh my goodness.
Gaby, I need to talk to you about Luis Gil. Don't let me forget.
Ooh.
Saludos desde Inglaterra.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Big thing about Luis.
Okay.
But let me talk to him first, and
Yes,
then I'll
course.
hook you up with him. All right. So, Chiva hermanos, all of you guys out there, muchas gracias. And we're here for you. Thank you for sharing your ideas, all of your vibes. It's good to get the good and the bad out. But remember, we're all Chiva hermanos. Okay? So, be a good Chiva hermano. Okay.
Support the team.
Right, exactly.
Be a good
Yeah,
Chiva hermano. And
Don't
be nasty.
over criticize so that fans from other teams so that they tell you that you're an objective person and you're over criticizing our players. And I mean, yeah, you
Enjoy
can
it. It's
criticize, but
football.
don't
Joder.
criticize.
No?
Yeah.
Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Love you guys. Be
See you
good.
next week.
Chiva verse.
Have a good
I
one.
don't know. My fingers are all crooked, but one of them will make a heart.